Was going big a good idea?
Hello again, and thank you for joining us for another exciting episode of the adventurous life of Paul and Diane. But first, please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and the notification bell so you never miss another exciting episode of the adventurous life of Paul and Diane. Okay, today we're going to talk about what we honestly thought about the differences between the carnival celebration and the carnival horizon, the pros and cons, and what we liked and didn't like about both ships.
Paul and I always talked about going on an XL ship on the Carnival fleet, and so we decided to go on the Celebration.
Yeah, we were so excited to go ahead and try the largest ship in the Carnival fleet, which is the Carnival Celebration, Mardi Gras, and the Jubilee. They're all XL class ships. The Celebration is 183,000 gross tons, and it holds approximately 6,500 passengers, while the Horizon is 134,000 gross tons, and it holds 3,960 passengers, or just shy of 4,000.
On the Carnival Celebration, there's 6 pools and there's 8 hot tubs. On the Horizon, there's 3 pools and 6 hot tubs. The Horizon has 15 passenger decks with 25 lounges and bars.
While the Celebration has 20 decks and it has 23 dining venues and 11 bars. Both ships include complimentary dining as well as paid for dining. The complimentary options include the main dining room, buffets, quick service spots, and that would be like Guy's Burger and Blue Iguana and stuff like that, and specialty restaurants such as Fahrenheit 555.
Yes, and both of the ships have Guy's Burgers, Blue Iguana, and Guy's Pig and Anchor, as well as Cucina del Capitano and Fahrenheit 555, and also Bonsai Teppanyaki.
The Celebration also has Shaq's Big Chicken and Street Eats, but Street Eats always seemed to be closed every time we wanted to go eat there. Then it was always open when we weren't hungry. Figure that.
Watch your step.
Okay, after going up the gangway and getting to the ship, upon entering the Celebration, we thought it didn't have that wow factor as compared to the Horizon, because it had the Dreamscape funnel. And also the older ships, you walk in and it has the glass elevators and a terrarium. It's just absolutely beautiful. The Celebration did have the center stage thing, but we didn't see it when we first entered the ship.
Yeah.
So it didn't give us that really big wow factor. The Celebration is laid out in 6 different zones, while the Horizon is more of the normal carnival laid out design. We really love the Gateway zone on the Celebration.
The Gateway is a 3-deck atrium with distinct ceiling design, and it has 1,400 color-changing lights. The 6 zones are on the Celebration. It's the Celebration Central, 820 Biscayne, Summer Landing, the Gateway, Lido Zone, and the Ultimate Playground.
Now, as for the sail-away parties on both ships, they're both awesome. Let's face it, they're not called the fun ships for nothing.
Right. But Paul and I, we like to do our own thing on sail away. We don't get into all where there's so many people, there's such a big crowd. But we'll either go in the back of the ship as we're sailing away and watch, as we're leaving the port, or we go on our balcony and have our drink in hand. So that's what we do usually on sail away.
Okay, let's talk about the one major con that we didn't like about the celebration. That is that we normally book a Havana Cabana cabin on a Vista class ship. And what we really like about the Havana Cabana, not only the rooms are going to be comparable pretty much on both ships, but the Vista has that beautiful back end of the ship where you have the swimming pool, the two spas, the bar. It's large, it's comfortable, it's secluded.
Also, what Paul and I liked on the Havana Cabana on the Vista, class ships, is when we went out to go into the hot tub or the pool, there was hardly ever anybody there because those pools are only for the people that have the Havana Cabana area. It's not for the rest of the ship. So that's one reason it's really nice. It's like our own little paradise right there.
Yeah, well, that's why it's worth the extra money to get the Havana Cabana cabins.
Yes. And on the Celebration, all it had was a very small pool on the side of the ship, and not in the back like on the Vista class. They have all that in the back, and it doesn't have any hot tubs. And Paul and I like going in the hot tub, so that was one reason we didn't really care for that too. So I'm not saying don't try it, but if you compared them both, like if you were on the Vista class ship in the Havana Cabana and you went on the Celebration, you would be very disappointed. It's very, very different, and I wouldn't even want to spend that extra money on the Celebration for the area.
Other than that, the inside Havana bars they're very comparable. They're a little bit different, but very comparable.
Another thing that we didn't really care for on the Carnival Celebration was how small the bathroom was. Now, there was one good thing because it was glassed in, the shower was glassed in, where on other Carnival ships it's just a curtain. So that was nice, but the bathroom was so small, and that you came out of the shower and you could hit the toilet. That's how close you were.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I didn't really care for. I like on the Horizon, the bathroom is a lot bigger.
And one thing about the Celebration, it did have more ports and more outlets for your cell phone and different things for charging and stuff like that. So that was one of the pluses.
Yes.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about the outdoor attractions. The Celebration has 3 water slides, as well as a roller coaster, the first roller coaster at sea called the Bolt.
Yes, and the Horizon has 2 water slides, and it has the Sky Ride, which you pedal like a bike. It rides around a track up in the air over the ocean.
Needless to
under
say,
your
us
own power.
Old guys didn't do that one. That's
Yeah,
to
under your own power. Yeah, I have knee problems, so I'm not really good at riding a bike.
Okay, well, what did you think about the food on both ships? Comparable?
Well, I think that the food was actually comparable on both ships. Nothing stood out as better on one ship than the other ship. But we would have really liked to try the street eats. I thought especially the fries, they had a fry station where you could have all different things put on it. I think I would have tried that. But every time we went there, it was closed. So we never got it.
It was open on the times we weren't hungry.
Yeah.
I guess we should have checked the times. Another thing is the locations of like the Guy's Burgers. The location on the Vista class ships is in its normal place on the Lido deck, and while the other Guy's Burger on Celebration is located where?
It's on the deck above where the other Guy's Burger is located on the other ships, and it's a bigger area. So I told Paul, I said I really like that because when you're trying to go to Guy's Burgers, people are going into the Lido marketplace to eat, at the buffet. So they're constantly in your way.
It's very crowded in that area.
If you're in line, you have to kind of move and things like that. So I really liked the idea that Celebration had it on the deck above, and it was a bigger area. It wasn't congested or anything. That was nice.
Okay, we never had a chance to see a show at the center stage. Basically, you had to get there about 45 minutes to an hour early just to get a decent seat. It just was very difficult as far as the seating arrangement. So unfortunately, we never had a chance to see a show. We did walk by though and kind of see what was going on.
Yeah, we walked by on a higher floor and just watched it for a little bit.
I
But
caught a few minutes of it.
right, but we never did get to see like a whole play that they did. We did watch them though one day practicing, and that was kind of
really
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good pictures of them doing that. But as far as watching, sitting there and watching a whole show, we didn't get to do that.
Yeah, we loved both ships, and we really enjoyed exploring the celebration because it's not like the other carnival ships. There's so many other things to see, and it was fun. It was large, and I didn't really think it was that crowded. Did you?
No,
Really?
no. I read that people thought that ship was really crowded, but to us, we had no problem. It wasn't crowded when we were there, even though it was booked solid. It wasn't. It didn't seem like you were always constantly running into people or really crowded. But I do like the Horizon, how it's more simple, like all the other carnival ships, and the layout of it is good, where I know where everything's at. But I would really, I think I've told Paul this before. I think I would like to go on another XL class carnival ship.
The Mardi Gras, the Jubilee.
Yeah,
something like
just
that.
just to do it again.
Yeah.
That would be a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
I think the reason we both prefer the Horizon, again, it's a little bit smaller, and again, we booked the Havana Cabana rooms, and we really very much prefer the pool area in the back. It's just, for us being older, it's more comfortable, it's more laid back. It's just, and then we also go up to the Serenity deck, and we've gone Serenity deck on the Celebration end as well as the Horizon. So
Yeah, and the one thing I like too on the Celebration in the Serenity deck, they have a pool along with the two hot tubs. They have a pool where the Horizon doesn't, but it's almost like our Havana Cabana area because we have the pool and we have the two hot tubs. So, but we love that because like I said, it's like we're on a little resort, being back there, and they have also have a bar back there, and so you can just get a drink and just sit there by the pool or the hot tubs, just relax.
yeah, that's where we hung out on the Celebration, or in that spot. Would we sail on an XL ship like we said? Yeah, we probably would at some point, but at least not for the time being. Well, I guess that's going to about do it for us for this adventurous life of Diane and Paul, and we thank you for joining us, and we bid you farewell.
Bye.
Bye. Something, it's doing that thing.